What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I am Shelby Nave, and today it's time for another movie commentary. So I imagine that many of you heard that we just recently lost James Caan, a mob movie king of ours. He played Sonny in The Godfathers. And even though we are not watching a mob movie today, I did want to watch something to kind of commemorate James Caan. And I actually just kind of wanted to switch it up a little bit this week. I was feeling something kind of spooky, perhaps. So yes, today we are going to be watching Misery with James Caan and Kathy Bates. I'm just really hyped to see this movie. I want to watch something that's going to kind of put me on edge. I want to get a little freaked out, and I just know that a lot of people seem to like this movie, and I'd never seen it before, so that is what we are going to be watching today. Ooh, a cig, champagne on ice. Is there going to be a celebration? Wow, he almost doesn't even look like Sonny to me. I mean, I'm sure these movies were a long ways apart. I think this was 1990. Godfather was 73, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, finished his book. No, it's time to celebrate. He just like that with his finger? Misery. What a happy song to be playing with that title. Snowy wilderness. That honestly sounds like my worst nightmare. Those roads are probably so easily slippery, and he's like on a cliff. Uh-oh, uh-oh. See, slippery, slippery. Yikes. Damn, we're only 4 minutes in, and he almost died already.
What's that?
When I wrote my first book, I used to carry it around in this while I was looking for a publisher. I was a writer then.
You're still a writer.
I've been a writer since I got in the misery business.
Misery Chastain put braces on your daughter's teeth and is putting her through college. And what thanks does she get? You go and kill her.
I never meant for it to become my life.
Now I'm leaving for Colorado to try to finish the new book.
If I can make this work, I might just have something I want on my tombstone.
Wow, what a cut. Oh boy, no good. We're gonna freeze to death out there. Oh no, someone's coming for you. Uh-oh, took the book. Oh wow. Full on like fireman carrying him. I imagine this has gotta be the Kathy character. Like, who else is out here in the middle of nowhere?
I'm your #1 fan. There's nothing to worry about.
Zoinks. Scary.
My name is Annie Wilkes.
I'm one fan.
Yes, that's right. I'm also a nurse.
Oh, well that's convenient.
Take these.
Wow, out for 2 days. I imagine he's probably got to have some pretty severe dry mouth, cotton mouth, you know, all that.
How come I'm not in hospital?
The blizzard was too strong. I couldn't risk trying to get you there. Oh, you mustn't tire yourself. You almost died.
See, this lady doesn't seem so bad.
Open wide.
Are those pills, like, not what she's saying they are or something?
What I'm most proud of is the work I did on those legs. Considering what I had around the house, I don't think there's a doctor who could have done anything.
What, did she, like, perform surgery on him or something?
You have a compound fracture of the tibia in both legs, and the fibula in the right leg is fractured too. And as soon as the road's open, I'll take you to a hospital.
Oh my gosh, that looked horrible. I mean, I guess out of all of the people to stumbling upon a nurse, like, there could be worse people to stumble upon. Oh, that's some trust. Letting somebody
This was
shave
kind of
your
a
neck
miracle,
like
you
that.
finding me.
No, it wasn't a miracle at all. In a way, I was following you.
You were following me.
Well, it wasn't any secret to me you were staying at the Silver Creek, seeing as how I'm your #1 fan and all.
That is kind of creepy, stalkerish behavior. Don't love that.
I noticed in your case there's a new Paul Sheldon book, and
You want to read it?
She's Snoopy Doopin'?
if you wouldn't mind.
Well, I do have a very hard and fast rule as to who reads my stuff at this early stage. Only my editor, my agent, and anybody that saves me from freezing to death in a car wreck.
You'll never realize what a rare treat you've given me.
She doesn't cross me as like a scary person, but she does have a little bit of like stalker tendencies to her. And I don't think she's being entirely truthful to him.
I know I'm only 40 pages into your book, but...
Well, what?
She hates it. It's because it's not Misery.
What is it?
The swearing, Paul. There, I said it.
These are slum kids. I was a slum kid. Everybody talks like that.
They do not! What do you think I say when I go to the feed store in town? Oh, now, Wally, give me a bag of that effing pig feed. And in the bank, do I tell Mrs. Bollinger, oh, here's one big bastard of a check. Give me some of your Christing money. There, look there. See what you made me do?
I'm just like, had a little freak out there. Her mask dropped a little.
Sometimes I get so worked up. Can you ever forgive me?
At this point, he should probably be like, I need to get out of here ASAP. I gotta say, though, that things are moving very quickly, I feel like. It's already crashed. It's recovering. People are looking for him. She's already had her first slip. There's a lot of movie left for things to happen.
See that broken limb?
Could have been the weight of the snow.
Yeah, could have been a rotten branch, could have been the wind, could have been a lot of things.
What a thing for him to just catch randomly in the car. Yikes. Did snow, like, completely cover up the car and, like, the car's path and everything? Is he, like, waist deep right now? Seriously, it was right there.
You really think Sheldon's out there?
I hope not. If he is, he's dead.
Where does this crazy lady live, though? Like, how far did she literally carry him? So the roads are open, the phones are fine probably by now. She just doesn't want him to leave.
Look what I got. We had it at the store, Paul.
And the roads are open.
Well, the one to town is, but that's about it. I called the hospital, and as soon as the road to the hospital is open, they'll send an ambulance for you.
A pig? Do they have a pet pig? How cute! That would probably be so confusing for him.
Thought it was time you two should meet.
Of course she has a pet pig.
Paul, say hello to my favorite beast in the whole world, my sow, Misery.
She named him Misery.
She's a fine pig is what she is.
I'm on page 300 now, Paul, and it's better than perfect. It's divine.
What a strange lady. I don't even know how to respond to that. That's so funny.
When my husband left me, I wasn't prepared. For a while, I thought I might go crazy.
I know how that can be.
He's probably going crazy right now.
That was when I first discovered Misery. She made me so happy. Of course, I suppose you had a little something to do with that, too.
Yeah, well,
I've only got 2 chapters to go on this one, and I know when I finish, I'll just turn right to the first page and start reading it all over again.
Obsessed.
I'm,
Oh.
Done?
yeah.
She was just standing there while he was peeing. You could at least give him some privacy, leave the room.
I'm not against marriage per se, but it boils down to respect.
Stop flinging that around.
I'd love to stay here and chat, but I'm right at the end, and I gotta find out what happens.
You would love nothing more than to stay there and chat. Man, she was just flinging his pee all over the place. Thank God there was a lid. What is she doing now?
You.
What the?
Misery Chastain cannot be dead.
Oof.
Annie, in 1871, women often died in childbirth.
I don't want her dead! I want her!
She died. She just slipped away.
She didn't just slip away!
Oh my God, lady.
You did it! You murdered my Misery!
Annie!
Don't even think about anybody coming for you, because I never called them. And you better hope nothing happens to me. Because if I die, you die.
Alright, well, we've confirmed what we already knew. She is not mentally sane, to put it lightly. But also, dude, I don't even want to know how. Look how freaking swollen his feet are. Holy crap. I don't even want to know how much pain he's in. He has one working limb.
You poor dear thing. What are you doing on the floor? Let me help you back in.
Is she bipolar? Does she have like a severe mood swing disorder?
Daisy!
Wait.
Oh, you're such a crybaby.
A crybaby? His legs are like broken toothpicks.
Big surprise for you. But first, there's something you must do.
Got him a grill? Are you gonna burn up his book? Seriously? What the fuck, man?
You must rid the world of this filth.
That's his work!
My agent made dozens of copies. There's going to be an auction in New York. So if you want me to burn my book, fine.
I know this is the only copy, Paul. When you were 24, you wrote your first book and you didn't make a copy because you didn't think anybody would take it seriously. But they did. And ever since, you've never made any copies because you're superstitious. You told that story to Merv Griffin 11 years ago.
Ugh, she's freaky obsessed. She probably knows more about you than you do.
As long as it does exist, your mind won't ever be free.
needs to be free from you, crazy.
Can't you see it's what God wants? You're so brilliant, I would think you'd certainly be able to see that.
She gonna set him on fire now? Don't you value your blankets?
Oh my goodness! Goodness gracious!
Put the lid on it!
Oh my goodness!
What was she expecting to happen? Like, honestly. It was a big hunk of paper that you just put, like, what was that, lighter fluid? Some sort of flammable fluid on top of? What did you think what the reaction was gonna be? Man, how freaking heartbreaking. He probably spent so much time on that, all up in flames. Smart. Hide them pills. Don't take them anymore. You don't know what she's giving you. I imagine she'll probably find that, though, eventually, and then she's gonna have another freak out.
See, isn't this nice?
I always wanted to visit the other side of the room.
Ooh, and look what I got for you. An electric razor.
If I knew this was going to be the surprise, I'd have burned all my books.
Now, don't poke fun.
I don't know if she's choosing to ignore or if she doesn't comprehend his sarcasm.
That's the big surprise. Your new studio.
Mm-mm.
Now that you've gotten rid of that nasty manuscript, you're gonna write a new novel.
Oh no.
Misery's Return.
Misery's Return?
It'll be a book in my honor for saving your life and nursing you back to
Oh
health.
no. No. She's gonna force him to write a book. Oh, what a freaking disaster. Is that a bobby pin?
You'll have total solitude so you can concentrate on your work.
Solitude, total
I
isolation.
got you this expensive paper to type on, and I got a great deal on this 50-pound clunker on account of its missing an N. Did I do good?
You did great.
Oh, yeah, play her game, make her happy.
There is just one little thing. I can't work on this paper. It smudges.
But mine cost the most, so I don't see how it can smudge.
Come here, I'll show you.
She's a smudger.
It does smudge after all. Anything else I can get while I'm in town? Any other crucial requirements that need satisfying?
Why is she acting all honked off?
Because if you want, I'll bring back the whole store for you.
Why are you sounding like he's being ungrateful? You're holding him captive.
I do everything to try and make you happy. And what thanks do I get? Oh, you bought the wrong paper, Annie. I can't write on this paper, Annie. Well, I'll get your stupid paper, but you just better start showing me a little more appreciation around here, Mr. Man.
Oh my god! Even when he tries to play her game, she freaks out. Oh, this lady's too much. And it was like a valid concern, too. Who wants smudgy paper? Nobody! She wants him to do this so bad, she should be willing to abide by what he needs as the author. I don't even know why I'm trying to justify the situation. She needs to just let him go. Holding people captive is not cool. Oh yeah, you grab that bobby pin. I just fear though, even if he does unlock this door, I don't feel like he's gonna get very far.
Come on, you've written about this, not do it.
You did it! Wow, that was actually like really easy. Why is that door locked from the outside?
Surprise.
Is that the front door? That just seems counterproductive. A phone! She doesn't even have a phone? It's not even a real phone? Yo. She's gonna flip her frickin' lid when she gets home and he's not locked in the room. Don't knock her, penguin! I was frickin' lucky. They have a way of making these like little things very suspenseful. I like that. Oh, she has a framed picture of him! Oh no! Scary. There's those pills. Figure out what those things are. What are those? What nurse has just like all of that crap on hand? Really? The wheelchair is too wide for the door? Oh god. Oh god, he's probably in so much freaking pain. Can you imagine only having one working limb? One arm to get your entire self from point A to point B? Again, is this another door locked from the outside? I don't get it. Ooh. Steal a knife. Yeah, that's what you should do. Steal a knife, hide it in the mattress. When she starts coming at you crazy, just and then figure out how to get out of the house. He's gotta be running on pure freaking adrenaline right now. Probably hurts so bad. Can you lock it again? Shove everything in his pants. Wow, he suddenly got really sweaty.
Just the kind you asked for. Paul, what have you been doing?
I've been sitting here suffering. I need my pills. Please, Sandy.
Yep, make her feel needed.
It just breaks my heart to see you like this. I've done a lot of thinking on the drive. The main reason I've never been more popular is because of my temper.
You don't say!
Catch this. Mwah!
Ew. Oh, yeah. That was pretty good. I thought he actually did take the pill since she was right there. Oh, found the car.
The presumption must now be that Paul Sheldon is dead. We know that he somehow managed to crawl outside his vehicle, but we have been unable to find his body anywhere in the vicinity of the accident. We also know that if anyone had found him, they would have taken him to an area hospital.
You don't know that. It's a crazy lady on the loose.
You don't think he's dead, do you?
Well, he might well be, but not the way they say. He never crawled out of that car by himself.
Mm-mm. Yeah, what the heck is that? So is he just eating all the capsules? So no evidence of that, but taking out all the powder? Now, what the freak are you gonna write about in this situation? I feel like every writer's first page probably starts out like that.
I'm sorry, Paul. This is all wrong.
What?
It's not worthy of you. Throw it all out, except for that part of naming the gravedigger after me. You can leave that in.
I really value your criticism,
Woman!
but maybe we're being a little hasty here.
Yeah!
Paul, what you've written just isn't fair.
Oh,
Misery was
God.
buried in the ground at the end, Paul. So you'll have to start there.
I'm sorry, is this your book? Why don't you write this book if you know all this and you know exactly what's right?
Is it fair? Should I continue?
You better. Oh, Paul.
Oh, you're happy now?
I've known from the very first book that Misery had to be born of nobility, and I was right.
Yeah.
Because you told him what to
Paul,
write.
Can I read each chapter when you finish? I can fill in the ends. Will she be her old self now that Ian has dug her out, or will she have amnesia?
Have to wait.
Oh! Misery's alive! Misery's alive! I'm gonna put on my Liberace records.
Annie, would you have dinner with me tonight to celebrate Misery's return?
Oh, she's gonna swoon.
Paul, would be an honor.
What you planning, Paul? Oh, he's keeping all the powder? Is he gonna pour all of that powder in her drink and she'll overdose? Oh, look, she dressed up for him.
I hope you like it.
It looks wonderful. So do you.
Oh.
Gonna try to romance her? I mean, that's honestly not a bad plan.
Let's have a toast. Let me pour you some wine.
Gonna get her drunk. Drunksy poopsy.
Let's do this right. Do you have any candles?
I think so. I'll go look.
Did you study decorating, or do you just have a flair?
I knew it.
Oh, you.
To Misery and to Annie Wilkes. Brought her back to life.
Oh, Paul, I get goosebumps every time I think about it. Oh.
No! Now he has to collect all of that pill dust again. All that effort for nothing. Now what? That was the perfect plan. What's he gonna do now? Is he gonna actually end up writing something that he likes, maybe? Or is he just hating every bit of it?
Paul, this is positively the best Misery you've ever written.
Dang, this is about to be a long book. This is the calm before the storm, if you will. Oh yeah, get the muscles going and the arms.
Here's your pills.
What's the matter with you?
Annie, what is it?
The rain. Sometimes it gives me the blues.
Say that again.
When you first came here, I only loved the writer part of Paul Sheldon. Now I know I love the rest of him too.
Oh no. You're never getting out of here, man.
You'll never know the fear of losing someone like you if you're someone like me.
True.
Why would you lose me?
Yeah, feed her that
Book's almost finished.
false reassurance.
Your legs are getting better. Soon you'll be wanting to leave.
What? You gonna kill him? Is it gonna be one of those things, if I can't have you, nobody can?
I have this gun. Sometimes I think about using it.
For yourself?
I better go now. I might put bullets in it.
Alright, crazy. Oh yeah, grab that knife, grab that knife. Man, how many weeks has it been where he's just been stuck in that one room? All of his, like, missing articles. That memory book. Great. Oh, has she killed a bunch of people? Oh my god. Is she like a serial killer? A nurse serial killer? She's a baby killer, among other things. Nice. Give her a good stab to the face. Flint, this is not the time for you to pop up in front of my screen. Sir, sir, sir. Thank you. Guess she won't be shooting you tonight. Oh, jeez! No! What are you doing? Gonna knock him out now.
Paul.
Oh no, is he all woozy?
I know you've been out.
What?
Oh my god.
You've been out of your room.
No, I didn't.
No, I haven't.
My little ceramic penguin in the study always faces due south.
So she didn't even notice the knife is gone, she just noted the penguin?
Ceramic penguin.
Is this what you're looking for?
I guess she did find the knife.
Paul, do you know about the early days at the Kimberley diamond mines? Do you know what they did to the native workers who stole diamonds? The operation was called hobbling.
What now? What? What?
Please don't do it.
What?
Trust me.
No.
God's sake.
It's for the best.
Did you see what she just said to his foot? Oh my god! This lady's fucking nuts! Did she say you poop? You poop! Ooh, is he just like, she's a little suspicious. Ooh, is he gonna figure out that she's a killer? We're not put it past her to kidnap a writer. Why do they call her Dragon Lady? Ooh, guess where she got that quote from? This guy's piecing it all together. Good job, Copperuno.
Come on, Missy. Hi, Pumpkin. Such a kidder.
That's funny. Bang on that window. Bang on it. No! Look! You bitch! That's not fair!
I don't think I'll ever understand you. I cook your meals. I tend to you practically 24 hours a day.
You kidnapped him. You're holding him captive. You want him to thank you for that?
Oh, my. I guess you can tell from my reaction I'm not all that used to visitors out here. What can I do for you?
Well, I was wondering, do you happen to know anything about Paul Sheldon?
Well, he was born in Worcester, Massachusetts, 45 years ago. The only child of Franklin and Helene Sheldon. Mediocre student, majored in history.
Well, that isn't exactly the kind of information I'm after.
It's still weird that she knows all that.
God told me to get ready.
Get ready for what?
To be his replacement.
God told me,
She
since
gonna
I
take
was his
credit for
number
his
one fan,
book?
that I should make up news stories as if I was Paul Sheldon. So I went to town and I bought a typewriter and paper to type on, the same kind Paul Sheldon used. And I turned the guest bedroom into a writing studio.
I mean, I guess that's a pretty good cover-up, but goddamn!
I know how he wrote. I spent the last 4 weeks trying to write like Paul Sheldon. I know all the words, but it's just not the same.
Maybe it's because you're not him.
Must get lonely living out here all by yourself.
She has a captive in the basement. Oh yeah, just mosey your way on upstairs. You need to mosey your way downstairs is what you need to do. Is she gonna kill the cop? I get a bad feeling that she's gonna, like, try to kill the cop.
Here you are.
I don't want to take up any more of your time.
Scream with all your might! Scream! What that?
Miss Wilkes, are you all right?
Here! I'm down here!
She's gonna kill him now. She's gonna kill him now. She's gonna kill him now.
Mr. Sheldon?
It was bound to happen sooner or later. It's a sign. You and I were meant to be together forever.
No!
But now our time in this world must end.
What?
Don't worry, Paul. I put 2 bullets in my gun. Now don't be afraid.
That is probably the scariest image right there.
I love you.
I love you too. And I know we must die, but it must be so that misery can live.
Reverse psychology?
We must finish the book.
This lady is mad cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, if you know what I'm saying. Stuff it in your butt! Stuff it in your butt!
I'll fix you something to eat.
She gonna make him crawl up the stairs with his 2 legs that she, like, extra busted?
Annie!
Yes, Paul.
I'm almost done. Get the champagne.
I'm very intrigued. How the freak is this gonna end?
Did I do good?
You did perfect. Except for one thing. This time we'll need 2 glasses.
Oh, Paul.
Frickin' mesmerized with love for this man. And he's gonna burn the book for her. Ah! Everything she loved.
Remember how for all those years nobody knew who Misery's real father was?
It's all right here.
Burn it!
Why not? I learned it from you.
Yeah, you did.
No, not my misery!
How is she still, like, moving?
I'm gonna tell you, you lying cocksucker!
She call him a cocksucker and not a poop?
You want it? You want it? Eat it! Eat it to yourself!
Oh, God. He tripped her with his broken leg. Just whipped that thing around. God, I really didn't like the sound of her head hitting the typewriter. Oh. She rose from the dead! Bite her! Bite her! Oh, God. Oh, she looks so scary. Oh. She just flopped right on top of him. Oh, oh, God, that looks so bad. 18 months later. Oh, you can walk again. I can't believe they were able to, like, freaking fix his feet.
The word I'm getting is the Times Review is going to be a love letter.
Great.
I thought you'd be thrilled.
I'm delighted the critics are liking it, and I hope the people like it too. But I wrote it for me.
How would you feel about a non-fiction book about what went on in that house?
I think you were suggesting I dredge up the worst horror of my life just so we can make a few bucks.
Probably has some PTSD. Hallucination?
No, she's dead. I still think about her once in a while.
Excuse me. I don't mean to bother you, but are you Paul Sheldon?
Yes.
I just want to tell you I'm your #1 fan.
He's like, I have no fans.
I'll be seeing you.
Wow, wild! Oh my gosh, that was crazy. I honestly really like that they did the whole route of him creating the perfect book for what Annie would have wanted, and then he just completely destroys it in front of her, like how she destroyed what was really special to him. Ooh, that was so good. That was like an ultimate comeback right there. But also too, everything that he was saying about how like Annie and that whole horrible experience that happened to him probably, you know, helped him in the long run. I mean, I feel like that 100% makes sense. You know, I feel like traumatic situations oftentimes will force you to think differently and to think of things differently. So yeah, no, I can totally see why he would have a completely different outlook on his craft and his writing and all of that. I just love watching actors play crazy people. Crazy people can sometimes be the most scary people just because they're unpredictable. And Annie, I mean, she was clearly just like way too obsessed to be normal. I don't know, this was a good one for me. It all really came around. It was very entertaining, it was suspenseful, and I like how they summed it up in the end. But I am certain that I'm going to have more things to say after I finish editing this video, so I'm going to go ahead and throw it to my future self for some final thoughts. Welcome back for final thoughts, and we're just gonna jump right into it, friends. This movie was so enjoyable to watch. It is so interesting to me how the filmmakers were able to build just so much tension and so much suspense within a fairly simple concept. I think this movie definitely highlights kind of the dark and scary side of like parasocial relationships, and I suppose just how dangerous that sort of obsession can be. And I mean, now we live in the age of the internet where parasocial relationships are very real. I mean, even where I am right now, all of you have built at least some sort of familiarity with me. You know what I look like, you know what I sound like, you have at least a glimpse of what my personality is like. Whereas on my end, obviously I don't have that, and in situations like the one in Misery, that can be really scary. And I actually read that Stephen King created the character of Annie as kind of a representation of his fear of his like super obsessed fans. You know, people that probably know a lot about him and follow everything that he creates and maybe have perhaps transitioned into kind of that like stalker mentality, which is scary. Stalkers are never going to be not scary, at least in my opinion. Someone who knows everything about you the way Annie knows about Paul is always going to be off-putting, especially because in reality, these two don't know each other. Annie's obsession with Paul and his books represents a very real concept of people kind of confusing fiction with reality. But anyway, let's talk about the characters and the actors for a little bit, starting off with Annie and Kathy Bates. Gosh, I just really don't think that Kathy could have given a better performance in this role. Her ability to go from like a sweet and nurturing and kind lady to something like incredibly violent, crazy, and scary is honestly very astonishing. And I totally think that she is so deserving of the Oscar that she got for this performance. Because I imagine Annie is probably a really tricky character to play, given that she does have such severe shifts in mood and personality. But I do think that Kathy embodied that type of person very beautifully and convincingly. She had me hooked the entire time. I was convinced and disturbed. But an even trickier character I think is actually Paul, played by James Caan, of course. Apparently a lot of actors turn down the role of Paul because it is just a particularly hard role to play. I mean, if you think about it, given the nature of Paul's injuries, James Caan was really limited in what he could actually do as an actor. I mean, he's either in bed or in a wheelchair pretty much the entire time, so it kind of, I guess, forced him to have to rely on things like facial expressions and eye movements. You know, it's not like he can be getting up and moving around and walking around and whatnot. Nonetheless, though, James Caan was still able to show so much distress, cleverness, and so much desperation at times, which I think just goes to show how strong of an actor he truly is. Not to mention, in a way, he was kind of acting within acting, if you will. Us as the audience know that he's kind of playing Annie's game. We know that the entire time he's continuously trying to figure out and plot of how he's gonna get out of this situation, but he obviously doesn't express that to Annie. He's telling her something completely different. So yeah, James Caan having to act the role of Paul, but then being Paul have to act something different to Annie, that whole thing just seems like it would be hard to do in itself. It's very interesting to me how this film actually represents the power dynamic, I guess, between Paul and Annie. And not even just in the fact that Annie is mobile and Paul is not, but even the use of the camera shots. There is so many instances when the camera is looking up at Annie and down at Paul, clearly representing that Paul Paul is in the inferior position, Annie is obviously in the superior. I mean, Paul is pretty much helpless physically throughout the entire movie, so he really doesn't have any other choice than to play Annie's game and to try to outsmart her, which clearly proves to be a lot easier said than done, given that Annie is very smart, very ambitious, and clever. I mean, she has an entire scrapbook of her achievements, which she's gotta at least have some pride over, otherwise why would they be in the scrapbook? Paul seems to identify her weaknesses, which I think is just the fact that she is so lonely and she's isolated herself from the rest of the world. Plus, she is so obsessed with him and his stories. You know, he kind of found a way to use that against her. And I mean, there's just something so beautiful about the fact that Paul burnt the Misery book in the end, especially after Annie burnt his book that he clearly had attachment to. There's just something so satisfying about the fact that Annie will never actually receive, you know, the ending that she so desperately wanted from him. There certainly is a lot of irony in the fact that Annie is obsessed with Paul's books called Misery, and then she ends up putting Paul through his actual misery. And I feel like that's also represented through Annie's pig, who she also named Misery. I mean, Annie clearly loves this pig, but as soon as she introduces Misery to Paul, he kind of looks at the pig with like a lot of disgust, which, I mean, that seems to be kind of how he views his Misery books as well. He didn't really seem to get much personal fulfillment out of the Misery books and whatnot, kind of like he isn't getting the same joy out of this pig that Annie clearly does. I don't know, long story short, this movie is very entertaining, very suspenseful, and I'm very impressed on just how shocking it is. I mean, the hobbling scene, do we even need to discuss how f***ed up that is? And I actually read after the fact that the movie is apparently a lot more toned down than the book was, so I guess it could have been worse. But anyway, that's it for me on this one. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it back to my past self to finish out this video. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching Misery alongside me. If you like this video, definitely give me a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to subscribe. It really does help me out and supports my channel. If you would like to hang out with me in between uploads, make sure to check the description bar. I've linked all of my social media there. You can go give me a follow if you want. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you the next time I upload a new video.